Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Violetta Alexis, and I've been a tarot reader for 6 years. Before we get started today, I would like to give a little shout out to our sponsor, Otter Spirit. Otter Spirit is a family-owned gemstone brand. I know what you're thinking. Just stay with me. This is not your typical Etsy bracelet situation. So each bracelet comes in this beautiful magnetic box with a little intention card inside, which makes it feel expensive, personal, considered. Honestly, my first thought was this would make such a good gift. And if you look at their website, you'll notice that they have all of the things that you're looking for listed by intention or chakra, which I think is a really good addition. So for instance, here you can see the intentions: love, confidence, anti-anxiety. So for me personally, I picked Moonstone because you guys know I'm a tarot reader, and so I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to heighten your intuition a little bit. I also picked Carnelian. A lot of you guys know that I am a quadruple earth sign baddie. I don't have much fire in my chart, but my north node is an Aries, and so this has affiliations with Aries, so I need a little bit of fire in my life. And then of course I picked Citrine because, like I said, earth sign baddie, and Citrine is all about prosperity and abundance, and I think that we can all use a little bit of that in our lives. Keep in mind that these are real AAA grade gemstones, not dyed glass, not resin, actually tested and verified. And they donate $1 per bracelet to Wild Sea Otter Conservation in Monterey Bay, which I love. The quality is genuinely there. My code is in the description box as well as in the pinned comment if you would like to grab one for you or for someone you love. And without further ado, let's get into your reading. Hey Aries, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what is happening for you in the end of March. Show me Aries. What's going on for Aries placements at the end of March 2026? Show me Aries placements. Getting something about one of you wanting to build a business or start something new, but you're first having to let go of something else. Something is happening outside of you that feels a bit disruptive, but it's almost like you feel like you can't change it. And I don't think that you want to. Your court card is showing up here. It's almost like you ever see those movies where like the hero or even the very much liked villain kind of goes through something and then they like burn the place to the ground and you see them walking towards the camera in slow motion. That's what I'm seeing with you guys. There's a revelation that you're having, which is helping you step into your power a little bit more. Can you tell me what the tower is about? Too many. What is that tower about? The Seven of Swords. Why were you hiding? Why were you hiding? I'm getting like some of you guys were, I don't know, hiding or not showing yourselves or not showing up as the highest manifestation of you or as your most confident self because there was a lack of confidence or there was some kind of insecurity that you were trying to avoid. And whatever this change is, whatever this thing is that's forcing you to do, it's what you've been avoiding for a while. It's the exact thing that is making you face some kind of fear about showing up and showing out and trusting your own sense of leadership and sexiness, honestly. A lot of this can have to do with your showmanship or how you're performing with something. What's happening external? The Hangman. Someone is waiting on you? Someone's waiting on you. The Wheel of Fortune reverse. Somebody from the past. It feels like someone's trying to pull you back in. Now, I don't know if this person has necessarily learned anything, but I think what they are going to do is kind of give up control or try to let go of control and see your perspective about something. But at the same time, it's like they still haven't learned some kind of lesson. You know, you can sit there and hear somebody all day, but if you haven't learned the lesson, then nothing's really going to change. Yeah, Justice reverse. There can be some kind of repetitive court case, like some kind of long-standing court case that you guys have been dealing with. Okay, for some of you that can be it. Maybe you're working with a lawyer or something. but it feels like somebody else may be losing. That's potentially because this is what's happening external from you. And the justice is reversed. There may be somebody who really did you wrong. Oh, I see what it is. Somebody did you wrong and now they're getting their karma. Sorry if I just like kind of look to the side. It's how I try to channel. Somebody did you wrong and they're getting some kind of karma. How do they feel about that? The Seven of Pentacles. They probably feel like they lost out on a lot because they were heavily invested. I heard you're the prize. Okay, whatever that means. I don't know. For some of you, maybe there's somebody here who thinks you're the prize. Okay, period. Let's see. I need advice for Aries in regards to this. The Nine of Pentacles reversed. Please try and keep in mind that you don't have to overgive or overserve or try to be anybody that you're not. If anything, it's really about you focusing on you and your own sense of independence and where you are right now. Try to enjoy your life a little bit. Like, try to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Try to have fun. I feel like for a lot of you, it really has kind of been a little bit of a shit show, especially with Saturn and Neptune in your sign right now, I'm sure. Five of Swords reversed. Don't give into the game. There's somebody who's trying to bait you is what I'm getting. Somebody's trying to bait you into, like, I don't know, feeling bad so you pay their bills, or they're trying to like get some kind of sympathy out of you is what I'm getting with this. Yeah, I would be cautious, like with your finances, or somebody trying to guilt trip you into making you feel like you have to overgive in some kind of way. You don't need to do that. You need to understand your truth about somebody and the fact that somebody is toxic, or maybe even it's even your own financial habits in some kind of way. Maybe you need to like build a better foundation for yourself. I want to get one more on that energy just really quick. I feel like your money's about to get really good. Ooh, Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. I asked for another one for your energy. So you're two queens away from an empress. If you can get your foundation in order, like, I don't know, remember in the beginning where I said there's something about a business. There's something about a business or another stream of income maybe. And then for this to be the advice, I feel like that's what you need to do. Like, don't lose sight of that, because you're two queens away from an empress, whether you're a male or a female. And so things are going to need to change, and things are happening outside of you, and it's going to feel really shaky, but you're going to be like, damn, I'm so freaking glad that happened. You know what I mean? So that's what I have for you, Aries. Have a great end of March, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hello, Taurus. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you at the end of March. I did see that the Three of Cups, when I was in your pre-shuffle, I saw the Three of Cups kind of poke out. So some of you are maybe joining some kind of new group, or people that you feel are more aligned with your path in some way. Show me Taurus's energy for the end of, too many, for the end of March, please. Show me Taurus. The Six of Pentacles. Some of you can be a moon in Taurus with the Six of Pentacles to be here. You're feeling pretty generous. There may be something or someone that you feel like is really worth your time that maybe you're spending money on, or you're just giving a lot of attention to, or a lot of money to, or whatever. But there's you're feeling very hesitant. I would be cautious with your money, or like spending your money. Yeah, the Four of Cups, I'd be cautious with that, because you may kind of find that something or someone that you're giving to, you do so impulsively, and then you kind of feel rejected, or maybe you had certain expectations and it didn't really meet those expectations. So for instance, let's make it about love. Let's be really cliche, right? Let's say you take someone out on a date and maybe you spend some money, maybe you get them, a nice gift and all of these things, and you're just doing it on impulse, right? Maybe you just got to know this person or whatever. Well, you may find that didn't really cut it, or you may find that what you gave, you didn't really receive in return. Or you may feel like the very thing that you're giving to isn't really working, or you may even be a little bit ungrateful for where you are right now. This can be a lot to do with love or self-expression, connecting with others. Why the Four of Cups? Just curious. The Ace of Swords. There can be like a disappointing truth that comes out, or a disappointing conversation, or maybe you feel like you're not getting an answer that you wanted, or a conversation that you wanted. The Devil. Ooh, man. The Emperor and the Devil. The Ace of Swords, the Emperor and the Devil. Hmm. So I'm getting this energy of you feeling like, oh, well, if I just show up and I'm just extra nice to people, then, you know, I'm going to be put into a position of power, or I'm going to gain more subscribers, or, you know, if I just give more, then people are going to want to be around me, or I'm going to be more successful. Or it's like, that's not where the truth of your power lies. It's okay to be giving. It's okay to be generous and all of those things. But this is really about separating that, or feeling like you need to people please or show up in a certain way in order to hone your power. I don't think that's what you need to do. I think that you need to own your own your own authority and your own sovereignty, and just show up for you. Like, show up for you, focus on your responsibilities. I'm not telling you to just like F everybody else off. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But stop like trading certain things that are not authentic to you, like time that you don't really want to give in hopes that you'll get something else from it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? This is more about independence and just taking care of the shit that you need to take care of. I don't know if this is making sense. I'm hoping it's making sense. Let's see what's going on outside of you here. The Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups still came out. So the Eight of Wands and the Three of Cups. I really like this because it feels like you're meeting people at a distance, or you're meeting people that may be a little bit different from you. And it seems like these people have a lot to teach you. There's something about you networking and getting to know the right people that can actually bring you maybe some kind of opportunity. Okay, that's too many. Bring you some kind of opportunity. Someone's maybe also trying to reconcile as well. And whatever this conversation is, or this communication is, it comes in pretty quickly. It maybe comes in out of nowhere as well. The King of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay. It can be financial, like there can be a business partner, or maybe it is love, or maybe somebody who's wanting to invest in your business, or whatever you have going on. Maybe it's romantic, but it seems like there's some kind of financial component, or somebody who's attempting to be very generous with you. However, I would just be cautious, because either you or this person may put you on a pedestal or idolize you in some way. And I wouldn't be like too reliant on this person, although they definitely have some kind of good intentions. You may meet somebody through some kind of group or a community that ends up benefiting you in the long run. Show me advice for Taurus. The Ten of Pentacles reverse. Don't take too much stock in what others think of what you're trying to build, or what your future is going to look like, or what it should look like. It's telling you to remain open-minded and curious. Try to learn new things. Maybe some of you need to take a course, or, you know, maybe that writing project that you started a while ago, Death reversed, you need to pick back up. You know, what did you do with that? There's something about your mind, or the way that you think, or some kind of project or social media or groups that you're a part of. Something about that needs to change. Maybe you've been hanging on to certain friend groups for a long time just because, well, you've known them for 10 years and that's just how it's always been. Maybe something needs to change in regards to that as well. So something to think about. Thanks a lot, Taurus, and make it a great rest of your month. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey, Gemini, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you for the end of March 2026. First, let's go ahead and take a look at your energy. We have the World reverse. So there is some kind of unfinished business that's happening for you. I feel like you're on the precipice of something, but it feels like you're about to blow up in some kind of way. But it's almost like life is trying to give you some kind of resistance to see how bad you want something. It's kind of how they say, before you blow up, life gets a little bit harder. And yeah, see, the 9 of Wands, you're kind of fighting to, okay, I don't think I heard stay alive. I don't know about that. Maybe that's more symbolic than it is literal. I mean, maybe some of you are dealing with health issues, and I certainly hope that's not the case. But to me, it's like you're winning, but there's still some kind of unfinished business. Now, you have to think like, the 9 of Wands is somebody who's really been through the ringer, somebody who's been through a lot, but they're coming out on top. Are they a little bumped and bruised? Hell yeah. You know, are they a little maybe even traumatized? Yeah, but they are the ones that got to the top of the mountain and they did it themselves, you know, within reason. But there's still some kind of unfinished business happening here. Look at that. 3 of Wands, new opportunities opening up for you. I see you being incredibly confident at the end of this month. Look at this. Opportunities are all around you. What did I say? 6 of Wands. Look at this. Life gets harder right before you get ready to blow up. That's what's on the horizon for you. Tell me about that world reverse. What's that about? Because I definitely want to know. The Lovers reversed. It can be something in regards to communication, writing, anything to do with that, maybe even social media or networking, but it can also be like this huge decision that you really need to make to see something towards completion, because you think about the suits in tarot and it goes from ace to a 10, right? The 10 is the completion. The 9 is the last push before the completion. What is the decision? What is the higher self decision that you need to do or that you need to make? And not only that, but the Lovers, reversed or not, is your major arcana card. It's something about you. This is all about you. The 9s are all about self, the individual. Even if you look at the Hermit card is number 9 in the major arcana. It's about self. It's about self-discovery. This is about you, nobody else. Now let's see what's happening external from you that may be affecting you during this time. We have the Judgment card. So definitely something or someone coming back from the past. Maybe this is about a partner. Ooh, the Empress. This can be around like a mother figure or somebody getting pregnant, you being pregnant, this person being pregnant. Someone is coming back around to maybe bring back some kind of creative idea, or they're coming back around to nurture the connection. Ace of Wands. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, as a tarot reader, when I see something like the Ace of Wands and the Empress, you really have to be cautious of either getting pregnant or getting someone else pregnant, especially if that's not what you want, because I can see something like this. Now, what can this be? This can be like, you know, I don't know, a sister-in-law that you haven't spoken to in a while, and, you know, they get pregnant. You're like, oh my God. And maybe there's an opportunity for you to be the godmother or godfather or something like that. Okay. It can look like that as well. But this can also be a creative opportunity that is making its way back to you. Now, if you're interested in feminine energy, if you're attracted to feminine energy, whether you're a male or a female, this can be when somebody comes back around that you're very attracted to. This is somebody that's very beautiful or very handsome, very abundant, somebody who's highly creative and nurturing as well. Again, male or female. And so you can find around this time that there's some kind of intimacy involved. So let's see your advice for this. We have the King of Cups reversed. This is about emotional maturity, not allowing yourself to put the cart before the horse, or making sure that you're being very honest, not manipulative, you know? So you may find yourself becoming emotionally reactive, or just saying things that you feel like other people want to hear in order to manipulate the situation to get what you want. But really what this is about you being able to hold space for others in a very mature and masculine frame. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. What it's asking you not to do is manipulate the situation to see it go your way, or to try to spin some kind of narrative. The Star reversed. It's asking you to be as authentic as you can. It's asking you to be authentic, because I feel like happiness and healing are on the other side of it, but it's going to cost you vulnerability. So you really have to ask yourself, what is inauthenticity costing me versus what can authenticity bring me? That's kind of where you are at the end of the month. Okay. Well, thank God your ruler Mercury is now, you know, On the 20th, it'll be direct. So thank God for that. Anyway, Gemini, thanks a lot and make it a great rest of your month. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey, Cancer, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what is going on for you, especially now that Jupiter is direct in your sign. That's fun. Let's see what's going on for you for the end of the month. Show me Cancer. Okay, we have the Six of Cups reversed. So regardless on whether or not Jupiter is direct or retrograde, you still seem to be pretty focused on the past. And I don't think you're necessarily focused on the best memories. I think that you're investing a little bit too much time and energy into the things that didn't work out or the relationships that didn't work out. You may even find that you're, I don't know, acting a little bit immature, or I would say kind of doing too much a little bit, especially because of how you're feeling emotionally. Now, Cancers, I know you guys get a bad rap, but you are my favorite sign, and I'm not just saying that. You guys really are my favorite sign. But okay, well, I like the King of Wands there. So it does show me that there is some like sense of control, or you're trying to take the lead in some way, but you are feeling emotionally unequipped, or you're feeling like things are very imbalanced in your life, especially regarding maybe like a child or some kind of dream that you had that you feel like isn't really panning out or isn't really happening. You may find that you want to take shortcuts to get to where it is that you're trying to go, but understand that that will come back to kind of bite you in the ass. You may be having issues around suppressed emotions regarding family ties or regarding some kind of romantic relationship. I do like the King of Wands there, because it seems like when it comes to you, you're pretty confident in like who you are. Maybe you're getting ready to start a business, or maybe you want to take an acting class, or maybe you're becoming a manager or something like that. But emotionally, or just like in the background of your life, it feels a little messy. And now with that Knight of Swords there, somebody's coming in and it seems like they have a lot of questions. What is this about? They have a lot of questions about something. The Hierophant reversed. I feel like someone is kind of picking your brain. I don't know if it's in the best way. This definitely feels like a my way or the highway kind of person. The Knight of Swords is definitely somebody who, I don't want to say they're immature necessarily. And then we have the Page of Pentacles reverse that comes out. But there's somebody who's having like a lot of concerns about your guys' relationship status together, or your morals, or your values. And this person can end up causing a missed opportunity between the two of you, because something is just too different. Like, again, morals, values, spiritual, religious beliefs. This person is really kind of, okay, I heard Taurus. This person is really like digging in their heels, or it almost reminds me of like a bull rider, where you see the bull just like kicking its legs up. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it kind of reminds me. That's what reminds me of this person. The Three of Swords is here, the Eight of Swords. There definitely feels like some heartbreak here. So I was right about you feeling a bit disgruntled in regards to a partner, or maybe a business partner or a family member. It seems like you both are being a little bit immature, if I'm going to be honest with you. Okay, so maybe you and this person just have the ability to trigger each other in ways that you're not necessarily proud of, or in ways that you don't really want to feel. Why is the Six of Cups reversed? The Sun. You may feel like this person is very focused on themselves. They just really want to focus on themselves, and they want to do what they want to do. And you may feel some kind of way about that. But what's interesting is you're almost kind of matching the energy to a degree, but it's almost like you are trying to prove something. You know, so for example, let's say that this person is like, oh, you're like, oh, well, I want to hang out, and they're like, oh, well, I'm going to go and do my own thing. I want to go take a class by myself, or do improv, or, I'm going to go hang out with my friends. And you're just like, Okay, well then I'm gonna do me, you know, or and I'm not saying it's that petty, but with the Six of Cups reverse and the Page of Pentacles reverse, it certainly can be. So it seems like you both are kind of trying to push each other's buttons a little bit. So your advice, we have the Moon, the Two of Swords, and the Six of Wands reversed. I would really be cautious of allowing yourself to be triggered to the point where your fears kind of take the driver's seat and you end up trying to get this person's attention in ways that you're not necessarily proud of, whether that's starting fights or creating some kind of drama, because you feel like not noticed, or you feel maybe not valued, or you feel unseen. And I really want you to ask yourself, is it that serious? Now, if it is, then you need to make the proper decision, Two of Swords, and not avoid it. Listen to your intuition and ask yourself, are you projecting from the past onto the present and or the future, or is this a real legitimate fear? Okay, now based on whatever answer you have, that is the decision that you're going to have to come up with. Okay, so that is what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that you have a great rest of your month, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey Leos, I hope that you guys are doing well. Let's see what is happening for you at the end of March. We have the 10 of Wands. So you're really booked and busy, I want to say. You have a lot going on. You may have certain people that count on you, but I'm almost getting like this energy of just feeling kind of alone. Like maybe you're still in a crowd, or maybe you have a lot of friends, but you're feeling alone. And I really just think it comes down to you feeling like you have a lot on your plate, and maybe you feel like you don't have a lot of people who are supporting that, or nobody really knows what you're going through. And so you're kind of losing the wind in your sails a little bit. So it seems like you're needing to regroup or refuel, because this is a lot for one person, and it really is draining the gas from your tank, which is also causing you to lack courage. You're feeling a little insecure. You're feeling like, I can't really go after this. You're questioning yourself. You feel like you're just kind of forcing things. You know, maybe you've been at a job forever, and maybe you just feel like nobody appreciates you. You feel like you're doing the work for everybody, and it can be very heartbreaking. And then maybe you go home to somebody that doesn't even care to listen to you or whatever. And so then you get really down on yourself. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then you just feel like you're just pushing a brick wall to try to like get by. You know what I mean? That's kind of what it can feel like. And you have to think as well, I'm thinking about on the 24th, I believe it is, your ruling planet, the sun, or luminary, is going to conjunct Saturn and Neptune. So you can feel pretty drained. You know, when any planet comes up on conjunct Saturn or opposes it or whatever, it can be like an ego death, or it can feel like, God, you know, I can't even express myself. I can't even have any fun, you know. And the sun conjunct Neptune can feel like an identity loss, or who am I if I'm not, sorry, I didn't mean to just flip you off there. Who am I when I'm not serving others? Or do you feel really drained? You know, who are you if you're not giving to everybody else? So those questions can kind of come up. And we have the King of Swords reverse, which is somebody around you or something external from you, which is directly affecting you. It feels like somebody is trying to gaslight you. They're trying to gaslight you, or they're manipulating the truth a little bit. The Ace of Pentacles reverse, especially around a missed opportunity. I don't think that somebody is being 1000% truthful with you, or they may be giving you a hard no about something, being like, yeah, I'm not interested. You know, maybe you're looking for a brand deal and you reach out to somebody and they're like, oh yeah, we're not interested right now. And you ask why, and they kind of like give you this, you know, bullshit answer, right? And or whatever it may be. So again, it can feel a little bit like you are trying to force things. It does feel like a little bit of an ego death, because you've been working so hard at something and you're like, it'd just be nice to win one. I really think that's what it comes down to, because you're feeling like a failure. Please understand that you're not a failure. Right now you're on the last push. Like the 10 of wands is the end card, so to speak, right? So you look at a suit in tarot and it goes from the ace to the 10. Well, you're here, you're at that last push before you hit that page of wands where you start brand new, where something brand new happens. And we're coming up on that new moon in Pisces as well. So maybe it's something in regards to that. Maybe it's something in creativity that you're going to start. Maybe it's something in finance. Who knows? But it's going to feel a lot better once you get over this hump or you overcome this. Your advice, the Knight of Wands reverse, all of that passion or that frustration or that energy that you have, it really needs a direction. You're needing to connect with yourself again. I think you're needing to connect with your own sense of creativity and inspiration. And sometimes the way that I do that, like I love to write. So I go and look at art that will inspire me, or I go read other people's works, or I go and read a book, or I even go out in nature and take a walk and listen to some ambiance music, like whatever is going to inspire you. Maybe it's music. But I do feel like you guys need some kind of inspiration to connect with yourselves again. The Eight of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, you guys need something different. It's like the mundane. You keep pushing that brick wall, right? You're exhausted. Try to have a little bit of fun. Try to have a little bit of creativity and passion in your life, which means you're probably going to have to either go looking for it or you're going to have to create it. But everything will be fine, Leo. Trust all good things in time. I will talk to you soon and have a great end of your month. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey Virgos, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's going on for you for the end of March. First, let's go ahead and check in on your energy. The Two of Wands reverse, what's going on with that? I think that you guys are feeling a little, I don't know, maybe introverted is the word that I'm getting, but also feeling like, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I think that you guys are kind of doing the same thing, or you're kind of stuck on the fence about something, and there's some kind of decision that you guys are getting ready to make, but you have to ask yourself, do I want to go with the old or do I want to go with the new? And then we have the Page of Cups there. So maybe you guys are feeling really vulnerable. Maybe you guys are feeling a bit creative. But it's almost like you're showing up small because you feel like that's how you've always shown up, or that's how you're expected to show up, or you're expected to dilute yourself, or something along those lines. Tell me about that Six of Swords reversed. The Nine of Cups reversed. I would really be cautious of how you're coping at the end of the month, because you may be feeling a little drained, or maybe you feel like you don't really know what you're doing in regards to a love or a creativity decision, or in regards to a project or whatever. Maybe you're like just unsure. And so you may indulge in certain things that you really shouldn't be. Maybe, like, for instance, you're isolating too much, okay? Because you're like stuck on a problem, or some of you may be feeling like, yeah, I want to get something out of this relationship, so I'm really not letting this go. You can kind of feel like you're forcing something, or you're revisiting a situation that even for some of you feel like you need to apologize for. Okay, that's not for all of you, but it's your energy. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, see, look. Can we just drop this? Can we move on from this? Five of Cups reverse, Two of Pentacles reverse. Because there may be some confusion about the past, and you may be at this point where you kind of need to clear something up. For some of you, this is reversed, okay? Because I feel like there's a bigger problem. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is something external from you that is affecting you. Now, this can be a Virgo specifically, or a Taurus, or a Capricorn, specifically a Virgo, though. This can be somebody who's really not taking action, or they don't have a lot of nice things to say. They can be being incredibly critical, maybe they're being a little flighty, or they're not really laying a foundation between you and them. They're just like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, but there's really no follow through. So let's be really cliche, and let's say that this is somebody new that you're meeting, some kind of date or what have you. And they're like, oh yeah, that would be totally cool to meet, right? That'd be so great. But then when you try to plan a date with them, they're a ghost or they're not talking to you or whatever the case may be. So it feels like somebody is being a little bit ghosty, or somebody is not laying a proper foundation, or maybe not taking like a project with you seriously or a relationship with you seriously. I kind of see that happening. There you are, the Hermit, the Three of Pentacles reverse. You kind of feel like you and somebody are really not on the same page, maybe financially. Okay, that can be it as well, especially when you see like the pentacles coming out, or a lot of earth sign energy coming out. So I do think that there are some discussions that are kind of coming up, and it feels like this is a discussion that you've had before with a specific person, but it's making you kind of just want to go in your hidey hole and not really talk, or you may be being a little bit remember when I said introverted? I just remember that. And we have that Hermit there. That's what's happening. So let's see your advice for this. The Queen of Swords reverse. Don't lose your shit is what I want to say, okay? Don't lose your stuff, because you may be wanting to lash out and flip out on somebody. I don't think that you need to do that. Don't get stuck in your feelings. Don't get stuck in your thoughts. I know that's not easy for a Virgo to say. The Ten of Cups. Try to be around people that make you feel at peace, or people that you know love you unconditionally. Whether it's your family, maybe it is a relationship, whatever the case may be. But it's asking you to try to keep the harmony. It's asking you to keep the harmony. Try not to push something so hard. Maybe it's you guys that you feel like you're not getting what you want out of a situation, and you're saying you need to apologize. You need to da 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 da. And maybe you just feel like it's really not going in the way that you want, but it's like at the same time, you're trying to be sweet about it. But I feel like you're getting bored, or things are kind of stagnant, and that's what's making you a little bit squirrely. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great end of your month. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey, Libra, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you at the end of March 2026. Show me Libras. What's happening for Libras at the end of March 2026? Eight of Wands. Some of you guys may decide to travel, or there's some kind of conversation that you're initiating. The Tower reversed. Ooh. You may be trying to, it almost feels like you're trying to avoid some kind of shit show. It's almost like maybe you have a client that's getting ready to cancel an order, and you're like, oh God, I got to save my ass right now. And I feel like you do. Okay. So if some of you guys, you feel like you're about to go through a shit show, or you're about to go through a very uncomfortable situation, I think that if you communicate and you're just more assertive about what you want. Venus is in Aries, after all, your ruling planet. Venus is in Aries until March 30th. So if you want something, or if you're going to try to resolve a problem, I feel like you need to be the one to initiate some kind of communication. And that's what it feels like you're doing. And because you're doing that, it feels like you're getting something that you want. And it also feels like the more vulnerable, the more truthful, the more authentic that you are, the more that you're getting, or the more that you're able to avoid some kind of crazy situation or chaotic situation, or avoid that, client canceling their order or whatever it is. For some of you, you may be trying to protect some kind of foundation that you've built for yourself. You can also be very focused on your dreams and your goals and your aspirations and what you really want in life, especially maybe when it comes to your public life, when it comes to your long-term goals, things of that nature. You may be starting something new. I feel like your heart's really in it if that's the case. So let's see kind of what's happening external from you that may be affecting you. The King of Wands, I love that. I heard you get more bees with honey than vinegar. Okay, that's what I just heard. Eight of Cups reverse. You have somebody coming. Oh God, I hate to be that tarot reader, right? Somebody's coming back from the past. But that's what I have. The King of Wands and the Eight of Cups reverse. What is their intention with Libra? Let's see that to really get the truth. And this doesn't have to be a love partner. Seven of Pentacles. They want to see if you're invested, which I think in turn is going to make them decide whether or not they're invested. And again, this can be a client. So this can't even be like a client from the past or a business partner from the past. But if it is a love partner, they're attracted to you, or they're trying to see like, what's up? What are you doing? Where do you want this to go? And I think that maybe your reputation can change in a positive light, maybe with whoever this is that you're associating with. But this person is like a very attractive person, a very masculine person, maybe very creative. You know, it can be like the actor maybe, or the influencer, or somebody who's a little bit self-made, okay? And they are revisiting a connection with you to see if you're still invested in something, or maybe they're trying to invest in you in some kind of way. But it feels like you have a past with this person, maybe a lot of regrets around them, or there's some kind of maybe old bad blood, and you're not really sure if you're seeing the past clearly. And because of that, you're not really sure if you're seeing the present clearly, specifically with this person. Tell me about that Tower reversed, the Temperance reversed. You're trying to rebalance things. You're trying to put something back in alignment. Okay. Okay. What is the best way that I can explain this? It kind of feels like you're spreading yourself a little bit too thin. And so it can feel like you don't have proper direction, or, I don't know, a place to rest your head, or there's just not a lot of balance in your life. And so you may be deciding, okay, I need to figure out what I can still hold on to and what I don't need to hold on to any longer. And so that's what you're doing, in my opinion. You're figuring it out, you know, like, don't get me wrong. I don't think that you have it all together right now, but you're dreaming big and you're being very authentic. Like, what is truly authentic to me? And I think that's how you're filtering out what your priorities are and what they're not. So for instance, if you have certain friendships in your life that you know are not authentic to you anymore, right? Like maybe you got sober and all of your drunk friends, they just don't hit the same. You know what I mean? And you're like, okay, well, I'm feeling a little squirrely because I feel so committed to this friend group, but it's taking up my time and it's taking up my energy, and it's not really helping me get to where I need to go. So I need to be authentic to myself, and kind of like, not like you need to be mean or anything like that, but I need to be more authentic to me. I need to do what's right for me. So I'm not saying it's about a friend group. That's just general terms. So let's see your advice. We have the Ace of Swords reverse. So this is about communication and maybe even speaking up for yourself, speaking up for the truth, speaking up for your truth. The Devil reverse, detaching from anything that you know is not like a sure thing, okay? The Lovers, making the right decisions, the higher self decisions. The Lovers to me is a higher self decision. And I want to see what that Ace of Swords reversed is. The Seven of Wands reverse. Don't feel intimidated to speak up for yourself. Like if you have something to say, I want you to say it. I want you to say the thing. I want you to do the thing. And be very clear about that, because there's something that's been holding you back from making a big decision, whether it's fear or imposter syndrome, maybe it's an addiction or something else entirely. But this is the time where you need to have courage and you need to build from there. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Libra. Thanks a lot and have a great rest of your month. Bye. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey, Scorpio, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's happening for you at the end of March 2026. Show me, Scorpios. What's happening for my Scorpios? Death card, love that. Showing up as your major arcana, to me, that just represents you being in your power. You're ready to put the self-doubt in the closet or just burn it to the ground, in my opinion. There's huge changes that you're kind of being forced to make, and you're also being forced to evolve, in my opinion. Queen of Cups. I feel like something is forcing you to be authentic to how you really feel about something. What's that Magician reversed? The Three of Pentacles reversed. It seems like you guys are having some doubt around your talents, gifts, skills, or abilities, or something that you're attempting to accomplish because you either feel like people are not on the same page, or people don't really understand your vision, or you may feel like coworkers are being assholes, or you may feel like somebody you were trying to collaborate with doesn't want to collaborate with you anymore. There's a difference in vision between you and others, but that doesn't mean that you need to doubt yourself. All you need to do is keep evolving, and you need to follow your heart. I know that's corny to say, but I'm saying that because the Queen of Cups is here. For some of you, there's something that may be ending in your life that you feel like is stopping you from getting something that you were attempting to manifest in your life, okay? Right now, if it wasn't meant to be, it's just not meant to be. Some of you, it may be a relationship, or it may be some kind of collaboration. That Queen of Cups can certainly indicate you being in love with someone. But you have options available to you. You just need to see them. But I don't think that self-doubt is going to help you with that. So keep that in mind. Let's see what's happening external from you that is currently affecting you. We have the Nine of Swords, okay? We have the Strength reverse. Yeah, something's making you worried. Something is causing you some kind of worry. The Page of Cups. I kind of wonder if you feel like somebody is not strong enough for you. You may feel like somebody's lack of confidence or overthinking about themselves is causing them to show up smaller, or causing them to show up as less mature than you, or like symbolically smaller in some kind of way. You may feel like when this person gets anxious that they tend to lack impulse control. So maybe they say or do things that, yeah, this can be around a connection. And you may feel like they say or do things that they really shouldn't, or that they don't mean, because of the lack of confidence or because of the worry. It's like somebody trying to maybe put on a show for you when that's not really like who they are. They're just doing that because they feel insecure or whatever. And it's like, you love them, whether it's a best friend or something else, but you're like just kind of pretending not to see the stuff that's maybe giving you the ick, or the stuff that, you know, is less favorable to notice in relationships or friendships. Tell me about that Nine of Swords, the Knight of Cups. There's somebody attempting to approach you, but they're worried. They're worried about how maybe they're looking to you, or maybe they're worried about their message not getting across in the way that they intended, or they have insecurities around being vulnerable because maybe their ego gets in the way. What's this person's intentions with Scorpio? Ooh, Page of Swords reverse. Ooh, the Seven of Swords reverse. I don't like that. It almost feels like this person is trying to yeah, I don't like that. I feel like this person is like trying to gain some kind of information from you. Like they're trying to get some kind of information from you while still exploring their options in some way, or it's like they're trying to confuse you or pull the wool over your eyes. And they feel guilty about something, but I don't know. Like it feels as though they tell you the truth or they confess something, but they're not telling you the full truth. What's the advice for Scorpio? The Two of Pentacles reversed. Don't get confused. You may need to drop something because it's not aligned or it's not balanced for you. Also, make sure that you're managing your money and you're budgeting properly. The Four of Swords. I would try to... Knight of Swords. I would be cautious of like divulging everything, okay? Because around the end of this time, we are going to see Venus square Jupiter. And sometimes that can be where we're oversharing things or we're overdoing it in some way. I would keep some stuff to yourself. You may also be needing to go to therapy or take some time out for yourself to do some writing or some learning or some teaching, something like that. Yeah, because you may feel a little bit drained. Okay. So I would take some time for yourself because I feel like you really, honest to God, I feel like you need it, Scorpio. Okay. And then you're going to have Venus in Taurus. Okay. Which is your opposite sign, especially if you're a Scorpio rising. That's going to be fun for relationships and things like that. So it's not all bad, Scorpio. I love you and have a good rest of your month. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey, Sag. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what is happening for you for the end of March 2026. Show me Sagittarius, end of March 2026. Ooh, damn. The Emperor. Whew. Okay, so you're kind of meaning business the end of this month. I really like this. Your ruler Jupiter is now direct in its exalted sign of Cancer, so I love that. You're really taking responsibility. You are not playing any games. Five of Swords reversed. The Hangman reversed. What's the Hangman reversed? The Three of Wands reversed. So you're going about your business. You're doing what you're expected to do. You're showing up in the way that you're expected to show up. You're taking care of your basically. You're being the authority in your own life, maybe others. Some of you may be getting a promotion with that Emperor there. And with that Five of Swords reversed, you kind of still feel like, okay, I'm not screwing around. I'm not avoiding my responsibilities, but I still feel like I'm not winning in some way. You're really frustrated because something that you waited on or something that you tried out, something that you ventured out on, you feel like it didn't really come to fruition. And so you're still kind of stuck on that. And it's like you're having a hard time surrendering that or really letting go of that. What is that about? What didn't work out? What's being delayed? The Five of Pentacles could be something financial, or you could feel like somebody kind of abandoned you or left you out in some way, shape, or form. So that could be feeling like, oh my God, it doesn't matter what I do. I just can't win, but like you're still showing up, which is honorable in my opinion. And that's the thing. It's, not to be corny, but I can't remember what movie this was from. Was it from Rocky? I've never even seen that movie. I just know the quote, okay? But it's something like, it's not about how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you get up, And I know that's really corny to say, okay, bitch, give me a break, okay? But I feel like that is what I don't know. That's just what I'm hearing for you. So I think that's what it is. So let's see what's happening externally from you that's affecting you. The Six of Wands, you're getting a lot of praise. The Eight of Pentacles reversed. The Five of Cups reverse. Oh, I see. Some of you, it can be one of two things. Maybe it's both, but it can be one of two things. It's either that somebody that ruined their reputation with you, they may be getting some kind of attention, some kind of recognition in some way, but I'm not really feeling that. It feels like despite your perceived failures, you're getting some kind of pat on the back, or you're getting some kind of promotion, or you're getting like, that little bit of fame or whatever it may be, after maybe a time where your job wasn't going so well, or your work was boring you, or work that you never thought was going to manifest into anything, it did, And so it's kind of like, I want to say it's changing your life a little bit, but you may be feeling insecure about it. You may have people that are a bit jealous of you. And yeah, look at this. Look at all these court cards reversed like this. I would be cautious of, fair weather friends or people pretending to have your back and they really don't, because it kind of makes me feel like the success that you're receiving or that you're getting, people are pretending to like you or be happy for you, but they're really jealous. That's what I'm getting. That is personally what I'm getting. Why the Eight of Pentacles reverse? I'm just curious. The Two of Wands, because I think that you guys made something of yourselves, or you made a choice that maybe like other people didn't like. But the thing is that we have to make choices that other people don't like because they have to be for us sometimes. Sometimes we have to make choices that are not about everybody else and what everybody else wants. And especially with this Aries energy showing up in your energy, I feel like that's what you did. The Ace of Cups reversed is your advice. With the Four of Wands reversed, don't miss out on opportunities because, you know, somebody's feeling insecure about what it is that you have going on. You know, don't drain yourself to appease everybody else. Allow yourself to open up to new experiences, do something different, create opportunities, take the opportunities, surround yourself with people that kind of help you carry the weight a little bit, because you may feel like it's always on you and it's always up to you to do everything. It really isn't. There really is someone or some people that are there to help you through whatever it is that you're feeling, some kind of instability, some kind of debt issue, whatever it is. So try to lean on those people, okay? So that's what I have for you, Sag. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon. You guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hello, Capricorn. Let's see what you guys have going on for the end of March 2026. Show me Capricorns, please. The Six of Pentacles reverse. Oh. Okay, well, give me more on that. The Six of Cups. You know what this feels like? It feels like when you decide to stop giving to everybody else and everything else that is not authentic to you, or that just feels more superficial. You have to think like the Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. And this is where we connect or bond or merge with somebody else on a very intimate level, even on a friendship level. You can be intimate with friends, right? And so there's something that you're just not into anymore, something that you just don't want to give to anymore. The Eight of Swords does tell me that you're a little stuck in your head, or you're in your head about a child, or about finances and a partner, or finances and children. I do kind of want to see, yeah, there's some kind of fear maybe around finances. You could feel like your finances are being drained in some way, or you're not really sure like where a business is going, or even a relationship, business or otherwise. Tell me about that Six of Pentacles reverse. Why is it there? The Ace of Wands. I think that you're done giving to something that you've been giving to for a long time, because you feel like there's not really value there for you anymore. And I think that you want something new. So for instance, let's say that it's a job, and let's say that you have really great friendships at your job. Let's say you even have, you know, a really great boss, and you're like, oh God, you know, I really just want to do something new, but I also don't want to hurt the feelings of the people that I care about, you know? So you kind of feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place a little bit. Why the Eight of Swords? Although I feel like I know what it is. The Ten of Swords reverse. You're carrying your past into the present is kind of what's going on. And I think that you're afraid of like betraying someone, or feeling like you're not doing the right thing, you know? And so this is really about evolution, in my opinion. And sometimes the evolution comes at the sacrifice of others around you, or old jobs, or old identities. So I think that's just kind of where you're at. You know, I think a lot of the world is kind of there right now anyway. So let's see what's going on external from you that is directly affecting you. The Hermit could be dealing with a Virgo person. The King of Cups, Scorpio energy again. Yeah, it feels like there's somebody who is they're being a little introverted or internal. This can be somebody who you feel like is a mentor, somebody who genuinely loves you, somebody you have a very deep, deep connection with. And I feel like this person cares about you deeply, And I think that they're trying to maybe teach you something, but I also feel like they're going through something. The Queen of Wands reverse. Oh. Oh my. Looks like there's maybe a couple of people here. There may be somebody in your life that's always jealous or angry or loud or insecure or something like that, which can be exhausting to you. But then there may be another presence in your life that is very calming, someone who's able to hold space for you and like how you're feeling. What's that Hermit about? The King of Swords reversed. Somebody's going through a bit of a journey. I think that this person is very uncertain of themselves to a degree, very uncertain of maybe who they are, or maybe external validation that they feel like they've been looking for that they're just not getting, or there's a lot of confusion around that. But I feel like this person is maturing. What's this person in person's relationship or intent with Capricorn rather? The Four of Cups reversed, they're trying to overcome some kind of disappointing situation with you, or some kind of feeling of melancholy, or maybe this person, oh, Queen of Pentacles. So it feels like this person is trying to create something stable with you after maybe, you know, not, or like taking you for granted or rejecting you in some way. So I don't mind that. I think those are good cards. So let's see your advice for all of this. The Queen of Swords, keep your wits about you. Like, stay very focused, be very clear, very concise. Remember all the things that happened in the past, and it doesn't mean you have to carry them with you, but it does mean that you should apply them as your lessons. There can be some kind of business that you're supposed to start. Maybe it's a writing business, or maybe it's a career in law, or podcasting, or anything to do with relationships and or communication. And it's saying don't procrastinate. Like, do it. Like, do it now. Keep doing it. If you fail a couple of times, keep failing, but just keep going. 10 of Wands, you're almost there. You're on like the last push of something, but you have to trust it. You know, maybe it's something into social media or whatever it is, but you will have like people that kind of come out of the woodworks to help you finish what it is that you started. Okay, so good read, Capricorn. Thanks a lot and congrats, I guess, and have a great rest of your month. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Hey Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what's going on for you for the end of March 2026. Show me Aquarius. I'm getting a little like excited for some reason. Okay, we got the World. Okay, maybe that's why. Some of you guys may end up traveling or making some kind of travel plans potentially. This can also be you guys finally completing something that you ventured out on a while ago, and you're feeling like, oh God, I finally finished that book, or I finally finished this project, or I finally got my LLC, or whatever it may be. There's still some kind of conflict about maybe how to go about something. Let's see what that is. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Why is that Five of Wands there? The Chariot. You're running up against some kind of competition or a disagreement with someone else about some kind of missed opportunity that you're either missing because of someone else, or you're not allowing somebody an opportunity with you, to work with you, to be with you, whatever it may be. Now, with that Chariot there, it feels like you want to go in one direction and other people or someone else wants to go in another direction, which ends up going in no direction, if I'm going to be honest. So the good news is that you're handling this for the most part, I would say pretty maturely, and you are accomplishing something, you are finishing something, but there's still another thing or a person or a blockade kind of in your way towards going where it is that you want to go. Now, this can be something as simple as okay, well, we want to go traveling. Where do you want to go? I want to go here. Where do I want to go? I want to go here. You guys aren't really agreeing. And then you guys end up going nowhere at all. You know, it can't be something like that. Or maybe it's just kind of a delay. So that's pretty interesting. Something external from you. The Nine of Cups reverse. You can definitely feel like there's somebody that is being a little selfish. The Wheel of Fortune is here. It can be in regards to travel specifically. There may be something about traveling here. Let me see. The Moon reversed. What's the Moon reversed? The Three of Swords. Okay. Well, I kind of like it because it seems like whoever you're in a competition with or whoever you're in an argument with, there can be this energy of this person really kind of digging their heels in and saying, no, it has to be this way. And this is how I want it. This is the exact place that I want to travel to, or this is exactly how I want this opportunity to go, or this is exactly how this relationship needs to be, or whatever. But it seems like instead of digging their heels in like they were, they're kind of like, you know what, F it, you know? But they're also trying to explain to you how heartbroken something has made them, or they're confessing something to you about their fears around getting hurt, or, you know, having something not go their way, or whatever it may be. And it can be something that they had been suppressing before, whoever this person is. But it can also be, it doesn't necessarily even have to be about a person. It can be something you felt like you weren't going to get, or that you didn't get at some time. Something bigger ends up coming in for you. Now we see the World, we see the Wheel of Fortune. These are big deals. These are big cards. And so when you see cards like this, it means that something big is happening. And so with this Wheel of Fortune, yes, maybe you didn't get XYZ, but you're getting something bigger. Something is coming for you. Something is it almost feels like something is releasing a fear that you've had around not getting something or being rejected. So it seems positive, and it feels karmic. And what do I mean by that? As if you are getting good karma. Because the Wheel of Fortune and the upright are things going your way when maybe before they weren't. But you may find that when you stop digging your heels in, if it's you that's doing that, is exactly when you get the thing that you wanted. The Two of Cups is your advice. So working well with another person, or coming to a mutual understanding with another individual, or reconnecting with yourself and your heart space by taking on an opportunity that maybe you usually wouldn't. It's like, yes, maybe you completed something, and that's great. You need to celebrate that. You need to celebrate the small wins and the big wins, especially the big wins. But there's also this moment where it's like, yes, sit in that, but don't let that stop you. You're on a roll with something, and don't let that stop you. Don't let that amount of success that you just had stop you from starting again. The Three of Cups reverse. And you may have to go at it alone. You may have to go at it alone, honestly, which I really don't think that that's a big deal for you guys. You know, I think that you guys, when you want to be, you can just kind of be the lone wolf and be okay with that. And although Aquarians, you guys tend to care about the collective as a whole, you're not afraid to be the black sheep, because you probably have been in your life anyway. And so it's saying, like, take the people that you know love you, you know, and the ones that don't, that's okay. It's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay to pave your own path, because I feel like some of you guys are meant for a path that is less traveled. And I feel like you need to focus on that, and that's okay. That's what I have for you, Aquarius. Thanks a lot, and have a great rest of your month. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one. Okay, Pisces, let's see what is going on for you for the end of March 2026. Happy birthday. Nine of Cups. Okay. Getting some kind of wish fulfillment. You seem pretty content with where you're at. You know, just where you're at in life. It doesn't mean that eventually, you know, you can't have more, you don't want more. But right now, you're kind of just doing your thing. You're staying put a little bit with that Nine of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, conserving your money, conserving your energy, attempting to be responsible. There may be a fear of venture. Yeah, so you're very content with where you're at. You're very at peace. I think this is a positive omen. You can also be very content with where you're at financially as well as professionally, if that's applicable to you. You feel very patient. Like it feels like you're getting ready to take a risk, or you know that you're going to take some kind of risk in the near future. But right now, you're just kind of laying the bricks for whatever that looks like. You don't really feel like you need to hop, skip, and jump right into something. You're really taking your time. You're taking the long road, and I feel like because you're so content with where you are or who you are or what you're doing right now, it makes it easier to be patient with where you're headed. Does that make sense? Yeah, look at that. Nine of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. You know, some of you, maybe you're single and you're like, well, I mean, I'm definitely open to love, but I'm not necessarily leading with that. Like, whoever shows up at my door or wants to lay a gift at my feet, here I am, you know, but you're not like, and I think that your finances are pretty good also. And you're allowing yourself to enjoy your life. Like, you're enjoying your life. Let's see what's happening external from you. That is affecting you. The World reverse. So some kind of unfinished business about what? The Two of Pentacles can be in regards to a decision that you need to make, specifically regarding finances, money that you're spending. Maybe it's money that you owe, but it feels like some kind of maybe purchase that you're trying to make, or you're needing to make some kind of financial or practical decision. And for some reason it's showing up now. Yeah, Death reverse. Something about something that in order to move forward, you have to go backwards first. Oops. The Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is about taking leadership or ownership for something. It's about taking initiative. It's cardinal fire. Technically, it's two deacons of Aries and one deacon of Pisces, but it's cardinal fire for the most part. And so there's maybe something that you're meant to do, something that you're meant to take initiative on that you've left on the shelf, or maybe you forgot about, or you swept under the rug, that has to do with a financial or practical decision regarding your money and or your work. Because something has to evolve. Maybe it's the way that you make money is kind of what I'm wondering. Maybe there's another way that you can make money. But it's saying like, show up, baby. You know, it's telling you to show up and be confident. But I think the thing is that I think you're so content with where you are that it may feel like an inconvenience a little bit. But you have to like go back and finish whatever this is. You know, so like for me, I mean, the only Pisces placement that I have is Jupiter retrograde in Pisces in my 11th house, but okay. But like for me, for instance, I'm content with doing tarot for the most part, but I know that I need to finish my tarot course in order to feel like I've accomplished kind of what I set out to accomplish within reason, right? And I feel like that's going to lead to more things. So maybe it's something like that for you. I'm not saying it's a tarot course, but you know what I mean? So let's see your advice on this. Can we get some advice for Pisces? The Ace of Cups. There's new opportunities that are awaiting you. But I think that you're so content with where you are. You're like, yeah, you know, that's great, you know? Yeah, Nine of Pentacles and the Moon. The Page of Pentacles. There are new opportunities. It's telling you to put in the work. If you start small, Something that you think is so small ends up being a lot bigger than you believe it to be. And it's telling you to enjoy your life. What's that moon card saying to do? The King of Swords. So to me, this is about you needing to mix your logic and your practical nature and mix it with your intuition and your creativity in order to have a better life. So what does that look like for you? You know, what does that look like for you? Is there something creative that you're needing to do? Are you needing to open up your heart space to more opportunities? There's definitely a need to focus on your financial independence, but it's also saying like enjoy your life, which I think that you're already kind of doing, so I'm not mad about it, but it's also asking you to trust you because something may be holding you back from completing something, and it's saying like trust yourself and then put in the work. Trust yourself to make it through and then make those logical decisions and take those steps in the practical, most practical way that you can to actually make some kind of dream or something that you want a reality. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Thanks a lot and take it easy. Bye for now. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading or a private one-on-one session, whether text or a phone call, you can visit me at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment. Have a good one.